Hey guys, this is Kletus Ray, hosting the Kletus Ray's Roadside Service podcast. Driving around, just got offloaded. Had 4,200 gallons of selenium water. There was quite a bit of sediment in there, so because I'm getting really low on the frac tanks that I'm pulling out of back in Missouri. And you stick the hose down in the frac tank, and then you're sucking it up, but it's sucking up all this sediment stuff too. And the sediment, it settles to the bottom. So I'm getting really close to the bottom. I think I got one more load to do, and I don't even know if it's going to be a full load. I hope it is. I don't think it will be though. It might not be. But anyways, so I just offloaded here, and I had to. Usually I'll open up the middle hatch. I have 3 hatches, manhole lids on top of my tanker, and I'll just open up the middle one. I'll spray towards the front of the trailer, and then spray towards the back of the trailer. And then if the guys give me a thumbs up and say it's clean water coming out, then I say, all right, it's good. Or they don't even give me a thumbs up. I just spray in there for a little bit, and then I'm like, looks pretty clean. I'm going to go ahead and call it good. But today I opened up the middle hatch and the rear hatch because I knew I was getting close to the bottom, and I knew there might be some sediment in there. And the middle hatch, I start there, and I'm spraying forwards, and I'm getting like clean water, and then I'm getting dirty water, and then clean, and then dirty, and clean, and then dirty. I'm like, God damn it, I got to go over there, open up that fucking hatch. Not a big deal. It's just fucking 6 wing nuts. Not a huge problem, but I open it up, and man, this sediment, whenever it sits down on the ground, it sits down on the ground. So it's like you got to spray every little inch of the inside of your tanker up there, and it's kind of hard to see all the way up in there. It's dark, it's steamy because of the water, and I'm upside down with my sunglasses on, my hard hat about to fall off in there. No good. But I got it all rinsed out. Had to go to the back hatch and spray that for a while, but got it all done. Got it cleaned out. Now this next one that I'm gonna haul is gonna be a lot of fucking sediment. So I'm gonna need to pay a little bit more attention and try to get the hose set down in there, or for my next load, just perfectly, so I'm not sucking up too much sediment. Because I know the hose wasn't sitting in the sediment. It was just, as the vacuum is pulling it, it's pulling some of the sediment, and that was quite a bit of sediment for the hose not being in the sediment. Know what I mean? Probably not. Maybe, I don't know. But that's all Monday. Today it's Friday, August 1st. Hooray! I don't know why that's a celebration, but today is August 1st. We made it through July. Now, this year has been flying by for me. It's been going really quick, and now it's August. July seemed like a very long month. I feel like, I don't know, it just felt like a really long month. I don't know why. But now we're in August, so here's August 1st. We're rolling around in the middle of fucking nowhere, Oklahoma. No matter how much I like Oklahoma, I like coming out here. Out to this side. I don't like Tulsa and I don't like Enid, but Alva, of all places, I feel like Alva's the place. Let me just talk a little shit on my favorite little town in Oklahoma, which is Alva. I love the town. I love it. I don't know. It's a small town. Everybody knows each other. Everybody looks. They know who's driving what, who's going where, what's going on, who's having a baby, who learned how to ride a bike. They see people flying a kite over there, and they just assume it was little Susie, whatever the fuck, over there flying a kite. They all meet up at the diner, which is at the truck stop. There's a little diner in there, and there's girls that I don't know if they're like they go to the high school out there or they go to the college out there, but there's I don't know, a rotation of people. And I heard them talking the other day. The one chick was like, "This is my last Monday that I'm working, or whatever." Or no, it wasn't a Monday. It had to have been a Wednesday or a Thursday, or a Tuesday or a Thursday, because those are the only 2 days that I come into town. So I had to have been. She's like, "This is my last Tuesday. I gotta go back to school or whatever." So summer's over for her, and that's just kind of the dynamic of what's going on out here. It is a diner. They have a full kitchen in the back. They have like the normal gas station bullshit up front. Like I don't know. They have chicken strips and fish strips and burritos and little pizza pocket things, and everything's deep fried up there in this little thing. But you can also order a burger or something that's like an actual meal, and that's what I've been doing. Last night I ordered the Porky's Revenge. I've had it before. I forgot how fucking good it is. It's a pulled pork, which I never expect the pulled pork from this place to be any good. Because it's like, all right, they don't have a big smoker. They're not smoking pulled pork or whatever. I don't know how they're getting it, but it is decent pulled pork. If it comes from a bag, and I learn that it comes from a bag, it'll probably start tasting not as good. But just getting this served to you hot on a plate. It's got a hot link. It's got coleslaw and some cabbage and other bullshit. Bunch of pulled pork, some sauce, a hot link on a delicious bun, and it was fucking delicious. And I had a salad before that. But this is where I want to talk a little bit of shit, and I don't really want to talk shit on the people, and it's just me trying to. It's like nobody sees me. That's what I feel like when I go into Alva, because I'm there so often. I'm here twice a week. I used to be here a lot, you know, back in the day. I drive you look at my truck, there's no other trucks. There's trailers and tankers and stuff that look kind of like mine, but mine is bright white and blue. And I always wear an orange shirt. I always have a hat and my headset on, the sunglasses, the beard. We'll get into the beard here in a little bit. But I feel like I'm there so often. I feel like I'm almost a regular. Like these people, they're the same people every time. Even the people sitting down eating, because I usually get there around the same time. I'm not a regular though. I am a regular, but to them, they have no idea who the fuck I am, and I don't know. I don't know what I want. I just want them to be like, "Oh, hey, you're back." They don't need to know my name. They do know my name because I give it to them every time I order a fucking burger. But they just, I feel invisible when I walk in there. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. It's like this is a small town, and they're like, we have enough regulars. You're not going to ever be a regular. That's what it kind of feels like. I love the town though. I love coming in, and it's kind of, I guess it's kind of cool not being a regular, but I don't know. It's like I want to be able to pull in and walk up and her be like, "Oh, hey, you're back. You want another mushroom and Swiss burger that you order every single time?" And this time I would have been like, "Actually, I'm so glad. I feel seen, and I'm glad that you see me and you recognize me and you know what I order because I come here all the fucking time." But actually, I'm going to go with a different sandwich today. I've been thinking, she's like, "Oh, that one is really good. I do like that one every now and again, too. We'll make it extra special for you, hun." If somebody would call me hun at this place, that'd be great. But, dude, I get there and I order and they're like, "What's your name?" I'm like, "Kevin." They're like, "Okay, it'll be like whatever." I'm like, yeah, I know it'll be a while. I don't know. And then I always go to the bathroom, clean up, and then I go sit down, I eat my salad, or, if I order anything or whatever, and I get my drink, and I sit down I sit at a 4-table booth. It's not a booth, it's a table. But I sit at a 4-chair table, Even though they do have 2-chair tables, I need more table than that. I need to be able to spread out. And I sit there, and it's the same regulars all the time, sitting there. And then this time, there was a guy, he had to have been a trucker, and I felt like he was staring at me the whole fucking time. I kept looking up at him. Every time I looked up, we would connect eyes. And I don't know if he's trying to get me to fuck him in the bathroom or he wants to suck my cock. I didn't ask. But this guy, he was staring me down. And I've seen him before, but for some reason, this time he's looking at me. Kind of strange. And so anyways, I got my salad, and but I ordered my salad from a different girl over that does the main register for the gas station. I ordered my burger from her, and I said, oh yeah, I want to grab this salad too. Grabbed a Caesar salad. I came over, and she rings me up, and it's good. And I walk back over. I know that there's no sauce where the salads are, but I go back over there and I look around, and I'm like, okay. Just wanted to make sure they didn't put sauce out. I don't want to look like a dumbass when I go over there and ask for some sauce for my salad. I need some dressing. I'm not going to eat a dry Caesar salad. Are you fucking insane? So I go over there, look, I don't see any. So I go back over to the register. I had to wait in line because fucking Ralph wanted to play the goddamn lottery. Talk about his dog that's got a bum leg. I'm like, hey. Waited for him to get done with his conversation with the fucking chick. And then I'm like, hey, can I get some sauce? Because over there where you, like, at the diner register, there was a line. There was a line of people. And I'm a regular enough to know that you can order food from any of the fucking people, any of the registers. And everybody, but there's a line that develops over there. So I don't want to go over there and, bother her. I'm like, this chick, she's just got to walk down there, grab my sauce. I know where the sauce is in this place. I'm such a regular. I know it's in, you open up the fucking things and then it's right there. I've never been behind the counter, but I can imagine. If the place was completely deserted and I needed a side of ranch, I confidently could walk back there, reach down, open up this thing, and grab a side of ranch. I know where the fucking shit's at. But anyways, so she goes over, she gets me a Caesar packet, because I asked for a Caesar salad. She's like, what kind of dressing you want? I said, Caesar, because it's a Caesar salad. Please just give me Caesar. She grabbed one. This thing, it looked like, first off, she went to the wrong cooler. Well, I don't think it was a cooler. I think it was just a cabinet. And she was, like, in there pulling shit out. And then she came out with one fucking packet, and it had some goop shit all over the side of it. It's like another Caesar sauce packet was in that box that exploded and caramelized and crystallized and goopalized all over the packet she handed me. She handed it to me with 2 fingers on the corner of the packet. She's like, here you go. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And she's holding it with as little amount as she can, and I reach up and I grab it with the littlest amount that I can. Our fingers touch. And I know she was thinking I would just reach up and grab it, but I'm like, it's got goop all over it. What the fuck? So I reach up and I grab it. I'm like, thanks. And I walk over to the soda fountain area. They got lids and napkins and straws and shit, and I grab some napkins and I wipe it off and clean it up real good. And then I look at it for a date. I'm like, I want to make sure this, and it's warm. So I'm like, I want to make sure this thing's fucking good. Because usually shit's in the cooler area. Anyways, I take it over, sit down, and I do like their salads because they come in like a deep bowl with a deep lid. So you open it up, and you can put a little sauce on top, close it, flip it upside down, open it up upside down, and all the salad will stay in the bowl, and you can put a little sauce on the bottom, and then you shake the fuck out of it. But what I've noticed is whenever you do that, you lose a lot of sauce to the container. Like the sauce will stick to the container. You open it up, and then the lid, all the sauce that you put in there is like stuck to the fucking lid. So you got to use your fork to kind of scrape it. into the Caesar salad, and then the middle of the Caesar salad is like completely dry still, and I just have sauce on the top, sauce on the bottom. I shook the fuck out of it, but it didn't have a lot of room to shake. You know what I mean? And I start eating it, and I get about halfway through it. You know, I flipped it over a couple times. I kept shaking it, but it was still like really dry salad. I was like, and especially, I don't know why I grabbed the Caesar salad. Usually would grab a chef salad. It's got tomatoes, cheese, a bunch of slices of ham, an egg, hard-boiled egg in there. It's fucking, you know, what you expect out of a salad. This time I saw the Caesar salad. It had grilled chicken on top. So I was like, oh, that looks good. You open it up, and there's only a little bit of grilled chicken on the top. The rest of it's just straight up fucking lettuce. Anyways, what I'm getting at is I walk up to the counter, and she's standing there, and, you know, food is coming through the take window or whatever, and I totally understand her. And I was trying to stand there like, I need your attention, but I can wait. I was trying to stand kind of like that. Imagine how you would stand if, you know, it's not an emergency. I don't need more sauce immediately right now. I'm fine waiting, but I'm gonna go up there because the line was gone. She was up there by herself. I walk up there, and then she like turns around and she starts doing her order stuff. Perfectly fine. Hey, I'm not in no rush. She takes two trays out to a table, comes back, is like sorting the other shit, and but when she was coming back, you know, I kind of looked at her as she was walking back, and I was like, okay, hey, yep, I need your attention just real quick. Because I also didn't order my food with her. So she doesn't know. She thinks I'm a new customer. And I have evidence of that. Hold on. So she walks up, she turns around, she starts making another tray, turns around, goes into like the cooler, not the cooler, but the warmer that's got like the chicken strips and gizzards and whatnot, and fucking macaroni and beans and whatever, you know, just stuff they got to keep hot that's already cooked. And she's like, you can order over there. I was like, oh, I actually don't need to order. She's like, oh, okay. And then she just keeps doing her shit. And she takes two more trays back and she comes back. And I'm like, you know, without her prompting me, you know, I know she can hear me. I'm just standing there. I've been standing here quite a while. I'm not getting impatient, but I'm just like, oh, hey, yeah, sorry. Yeah, I don't need to order. I just need a couple sides of ranch. And she's like, oh, okay. And then she runs off. And then there's a boy up there at the other register, the middle register. And he comes over and he hands me a couple sides of ranch. And I was like, okay, thank you, sir. And I go over and I finish my salad. It was delicious. And then, I don't know. I just felt kind of invisible at the time. I know she saw me. She knows she saw me. She thought I was there to order more food. She's trying to get these orders that are coming through the window out. I totally understand. Hey, you're doing a great job. Wonderful. I just need some ranch, and I know it's right there. It's right there. You don't even have to bend down. You just open the door, reach in, without even looking. You know where the ranch is, because people ask for ranch a lot out here. And you just grab it, and you hand it to me. And then I'll be on my way. I'll go sit down, and I'll quit fucking creeping over you while you're trying to do this shit. Anyways, I got my ranch, sit down, and then I hear the people in the kitchen. They're like, here's your Porky's Revenge, Anna, or whatever the fuck her name was, I don't remember. And so I'm waiting, and I see her grab a tray and stand, or, you know, start to walk out, and I'm like, ooh, it's coming. And she turns and she goes a different way. And then, but she doesn't call out anybody's name. She knows these people. She knows exactly who ordered it. She knows their name. She knows their kids. She knows where they live. She used to babysit for them, but now the kids are a little older now. You know, I don't know. I learned a lot sitting there in this diner. So I could hear her say, "Oh, it needs a Caesar salad." I was like, I just ate the Caesar. You know, I'm sitting over there by myself. I'm like, I ate my Caesar salad. If they bring me another Caesar salad, I will try to push it off and say, no, I don't need it. I already had one. But if they bring it, I'm going to eat it. Because it might come with cold sauce. I don't know. And then she's like, where's the fries? She's like, oh, shit, I forgot the fries. You know, the cook there's, she uses some colorful language. And I kind of like that. But, so I heard the Porky's Revenge. It was probably 10 to 12 minutes later. She said, here's your fries for the Porky's Revenge. I was like, God damn it, dude. You know, because I was sitting there, I thought about getting up and saying, hey, that's my Porky's Revenge. Can I have it now? I heard it's ready. I know it's ready. I don't want to undermine you by coming up and saying, hey, my food's ready. Can I have it, please? I can wait. You can bring me the fries in a little bit, you know, just bring them later. But I don't know. I just sat there and I was like, she's going to get it. She's going to bring it over. She comes out. She said, Kevin, Kevin, Kevin. And I'm like, I'm not trying to yell, but she's looking everywhere but where I'm sitting. Really made me feel invisible, okay? I was like, I know you see me. And I'm like, yeah, over here. And she turns around, she kind of just plops it down and walks off. I'm like, thanks. I'm like, this chick does not like me. She's like, you know, I don't know. And she was looking around. Everyone else had their food. She's like, Kevin! And she's looking around and nobody else had sat down. Everybody else, she had already served them their food. It was just kind of, I was like, yeah, I'm clearly the guy. I'm clearly the one you're looking for right over here. And, yeah, the Porky's Revenge, it was delicious, but I'm telling you, if I got it right as it came out of the kitchen and hot and fresh, it would have been even better. It was still really good, but the bun wouldn't have been so soggy. It wouldn't, the edges of the pulled pork, you know, because pulled pork is stringy, so it dissipates heat quickly. You know, look at a dirt bike engine that's air cooled, or a motor's like a Harley Davidson. You know, well, those are liquid cooled, I think too, but they got all those fins on them that creates more surface area and it helps dissipate heat. And that's what a pulled pork sandwich is. When you set it down, all those little stringies, they're all cold. They're like, they feel like they've been in the freezer. You know, the Caesar salad dressing I got was warmer than some of this pulled pork sitting here. But I ate it anyways. I'm over here just bitching, okay? I'm just bitching to bitch. I really had a great time. But, I don't know. I just felt invisible at this diner. And I'm trying to get it to a point where I'm like, yeah, you know, and I've mentioned it to him before. I'm like, yeah, but come here every Tuesday and Thursday. And they're like, oh, okay. And then I come back on Thursday and they're like, who are you? I'm like, hey, I told you I come here every Tuesday and Thursday last week. And then, oh, okay. And then Tuesday comes around, I show up and I see her. I'm like, hey, yep, come here every Tuesday and Thursday. Oh, who are you? I'm like, what? Is there like lead in the pipes out here? What's going on? I think you guys got the power lines are too close to your house. What the fuck is going on out here? Is there a nuclear test site out here? What the fuck is going on? All these people, it's like if they don't see somebody every single day, they don't even know who the fuck they are. And I don't know. I'm trying to become a regular in this town. I love this town. I can't even become a regular at the hotel. The hotel over in Wichita, I'm more of a regular there because they're like, oh, I saw you once before. I'm like, hey, like, I don't need a hug. I don't need a birthday card. I just need somebody to say, hey, I've seen you before. And then usually, you know, with a hotel, after you get your key card and everything, and they make you sign and everything, well, some of these hotels are like, oh, yeah, you have the semi. So I don't have to fill out the make, model, and license plate and color of your car and bullshit on this little paper or whatever. I don't have to fill that out because they're like, oh, yeah, you're in the semi. And they're like, oh, I saw you pull in. You're in the semi. Okay, I'm not gonna make you fill out this fucking shit. But I don't know. The fucking Alva Hotel. Oh, and also like places that know you, they're like, okay, well, I'm not gonna give you the whole. They don't say it. They don't say this at all. But they're like, okay, you come here often, all the time. We know who you are. Where you know what time breakfast starts. You know where the fucking elevator's at. I just give you your key card and you walk off. The only thing they should say is, thanks for being a gold member, since I'm a gold member right now. And they just hand me my card and I walk off. Cool, see ya. See you later. Jim. I know your name, Jim. You know my name? You have it in my system all the time. Um, but anyways, so the Wichita Hotel, they'll actually remember me a little bit. But this Alva Hotel, I'm a new guy every time. I walk in, their sliding doors have been broken, so you got to push them open. And every time I walk up, I reach up to push the door, and somebody runs up and opens it for me, and I'm like, oh, that's so nice. They're like, oh yeah, our doors are down. I'm like, I know your doors are down. You don't remember me? Or I walk in, back when I used to stay there all the time, the elevator was constantly broke down. So I would always make a joke there at the beginning. I'm like, hey, can I get a low floor if your elevator's broken? They're like, oh, no, our elevator's fine. I'm like, yeah, but it breaks all the time, right? They're like, no. I'm like, yeah. Like, no. I'm like, yeah. Like, no. I'm like, Brody, I know where your stairs are. I know where your elevator is. I know where your stairs are. I know that you put the cookies out at 5 p.m. I know that breakfast is at 6. I know where my room is. I know everything. I've stayed in almost every fucking room in this fucking hotel. Room 308, there's a fucking scratch in the wallpaper. Guess where that came from? Me. There's fucking, in room 202, there is cum in the curtains. And I've stayed there 3 times now, and there's still cum in the curtains. You know how I know there's cum in the curtains? It's me. You know what that looks? It kind of looks like fucking the jelly shit that came off my Caesar salad packet next door over at the fucking diner. Anyways, I'm trying to become a regular at this town, and I'm not a regular. Nobody knows me. I'm a mystery man every time I come into town. But I do wonder if maybe they're like, hey, oh shit, he's back. Let's act like we don't know him. I don't know. Now, I guess I have been changing up. I change up my routine. I like routines. Maybe that's where I'm a little bit pessimistic, autistic, or something. Where I like having a routine of exactly what I do when I do it, But I also don't follow my routines often. But there, I would pull in. Now, if the first fuel island was open, I would pull into the fuel island. I'd get out. I'd go inside. I'd order my food, but I don't like leaving my truck in the fuel island if I'm not out there, actively fueling. But I act like I'm going to go in and pay for fuel at the counter or something. I don't. I walk in there. I order my burger. I go back out to my truck, fuel up, park it up front off to the side so I'm not blocking anybody in. And then I walk in there, and by the time I walk in there, they're running around looking for me. And I'm like, hey, I'm right here. And I grab my fucking burger, and I sit down, and I eat immediately. I don't do that. I haven't done that in a while because I've been fueling up either in this other town, I think it's called Medford, or Cherokee, or I don't know, somewhere. There's a couple of little towns over here that I'll fuel up at. And by the time I get there, I don't need fuel. And also, a couple of times, I've been going there, and I don't get fuel on purpose. So I'm going to go there in the morning because I thought they had a really vast breakfast menu. Well, they do have a breakfast menu, but it's all made to order, except for like some biscuits and shit. And I don't want to eat I've had their sausage biscuits a couple of times now. Not a fan. Not. I like almost everything else they got. Not a fan of their sausage biscuits. It's no good. But anyways, come on around, buddy. Guy just. I thought he was gonna stop with me at the railroad tracks because he was slowing down quite a bit, and then he just fucking passed me on the railroad tracks. That's kind of. He's in a tanker, but he's in a different style tanker. So I don't know. I don't know. He's not hazardous, I guess. Anyways, yeah, I'm not a regular at the town. I don't know how to become a regular at the town. Back when I was still a little, I didn't have all these thoughts. I was like, man, it would be kind of cool to live out here. I'm looking at I see all the truck drivers. I feel like they all know me. I don't use a CB radio though, so I don't know if they ever try to talk to me. I don't know. I don't think that's how people use a CB radio. They just talk to people like, hey, blue and white tanker, what are you up to? Oh, nothing much. Just driving around. Gonna hit up the Shepherd's Diner. Oh yeah, I love the burgers there. Oh yeah, I do too. I'm here every Tuesday and Thursday. I would be more of a regular with truck drivers. Maybe that's how to become a regular when you don't live in town. You got to become one with the truckers, because truckers will just, listen to me. They'll just talk your ear off about anything and everything. They'll just keep talking and talking and talking. You tell one trucker 2 things, he's going to tell somebody else 4 things about that. And then that guy's going to tell the other guy 8 things about it. And it's just like, it's some sort of multiplication thing. They're like, oh yeah, back in 2023, I saw you had to pull over on the side of the road over there. What was that about? And I'm like, fuck, I don't know, dude. Your memory'd be better than mine. Anyways, and also I park, I'm like one of the only truckers that uses the odd truck parking road next to the hotels. And I'm like out in the open, like people can see. They're like, oh shit, I didn't even know you could park there. Yeah, it used to be a full dirt road with a little bit of gravel on it. But now, I guess since I've been parking there, now all the gravel is down underneath all the dirt, and now it's just a dirt drive but a lot of grass has started growing in there. So now it's looking more and more like just a yard. But it is a road, and I park there all the time. I thought about parking there last night, or parking inside the parking lot last night, but there was a U-Haul van that decided to park there, and I'm like, I ain't gonna try to snake around a fucking U-Haul van. You gotta get there early to park in the parking lot. And also, parking in the parking lot, it's a little bit more of a hassle. You're actually closer to the door and have a little bit more flexibility on where you park. If you park on that road, because you can park a little off to either side, you can park a little crooked, you can park further back, further forward, you can do whatever the fuck you want, because you're going to be probably the only one over there. But if you park in the parking lot, there's like lines and shit, and they want you gotta, and those lines are only as wide as my truck, really, so I gotta get all the way up against the curb, and I gotta get nice and straight, and I gotta get, make sure nobody can park in front of me, so I can leave in the morning, and then it's a little bit further walk, but it's not bad. Now, I will say parking in the parking lot is, when it's rainy, if the ground is wet at all, you can't park in the dirt road. Also, ants. The dirt road that I park at, luckily it hasn't ever been a problem, but there's a fuckload of ant hills along that dirt road. So whenever you're pre-tripping your truck and walking around, don't stand still for too long. You want to keep it moving. You want to keep walking around. Even if you're just in one spot, you need to keep moving your feet around so these ants don't start crawling up into your pants and stuff. they have never done it before, but I see them down there, and you're just stomping all over their fucking anthills and shit. You know, whenever you first back it down in there, you're running over a couple of them. You're getting them all excited. They're all like, "Whoa, what the fuck? What the fuck? Yeah, there's tires running over our house. Holy shit!" And they're going crazy. So when you get out of the truck, you go straight to the hotel. You don't stand around at all. You just go right into the hotel. No ants are going to crawl on you. You're going to be fine. But in the mornings, you know, your truck's been sitting there for a while, and the ants have already came to grips with, this is our life now. We have a tire on our house. You know, we'll just fucking live like this forever now. So when you walk out there and you do your pre-trip, I mean, if you start stomping around too much and stand in one spot, they will try to attack you, but they're a little bit less aggressive in the mornings. This is all a theory I have, you know. These are the things that go through my head. Do other people have these things go through their head? I mean, I'm over here contemplating on how the ants are going to react when I park and get, you know, whenever I'm around the ant hills. You know, what's going on with the ants? I think about that. I also think about how almost every time I go to that hotel, the Holiday Inn, that is, not the other ones, but you go to the Holiday Inn, they have cookies out, and there's only ever been one chocolate chip cookie left when I go in there. I've never seen their tray of cookies with more than just one chocolate chip, and I usually take it and I shove it in my cooler, in the top of my cooler. I don't want to get it wet, and then I eat it while I watch, I don't know, some fucking movie on HBO in bed. Last night I didn't do anything. I was so worn out last night. I got back to the hotel after eating my food. I go back to the hotel, and I planned on playing the Off-Road Outlaws video game on my phone. I had my phone fully charged up. I got the pillow set just right to where I could lay on my belly and kick my toes and cover up my ass, and I was going to play my game, but I just didn't want to. I just kept scrolling through Facebook videos and YouTube videos, and then I fell asleep. And then I actually woke up, took my dip out, and then went back to sleep and just slept. I had a wonderful night's sleep last night, but I feel like I wasted some time there, you know? I just kind of relaxed the whole time, and I wanted to play my game. But I was able to play it a little bit today whenever I got to my offload spot. You know, you never know if you're going to sit for an hour or 4 hours or 8 hours. You don't know how long you're going to sit there and wait for them to get you pulled in to get you offloaded. So I pulled up the game. I started playing the game. Oh, and the lady she's like, hey, she recognizes me. She's like, hey, does your CB work today, or can you just hear us? I'm like, I can just hear you. So I was like, but take down my number just in case, you know, you never know. So I got the CB, and I worked on the CB. I was messing with it. I don't know how to, without like having somebody to communicate with, I don't know how to tune it and make it, and I don't want to sound like a fucking dumbass on the CB. All these truckers would be like, you know, a guy will pull up on the scale and he's waiting for them to say he's good to go, and then you got my ass on the radio. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Is this better? Is this better? Hello? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? And nobody's like responding, and I'm like, I don't think this thing's fucking working. So I don't know. The CB radio, I've been using it, but not using it. I've been turning it on to use it for listening. Even out on the highways, I guess channel 19 is the highway channel, you know, for people. But anyways, I said, yeah, I can hear everybody on the CB, so you use the CB. But if you don't see me come in there, call me on my phone, and I gave him my number. So I'm sitting there, and I start playing Off-Road Outlaws, and I build I'm working on like a little bunker. I don't know if I want to bury it completely or what I want to do with it yet, but I'm working on, I already built the garage part. It's like there's like a hill with a valley in it, and then but it's not like a super big hill, and it's not a super deep valley. But I thought I could put like using it. I'm gonna try. I thought about making like a bunker basically, and so I built the whole garage. It's all built. It's all ready. It looks great. And now I don't know if I want to bury it or if I want to build a house on top of it or what I want to do with it yet. But I got it completely built, that part, and I'm still working on it. But then I have to shit so fucking bad. I'm like, I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. So I'm like, whenever you're sitting there, you're not near anything. But if you walk across the road, go through the fence, watch out for rattlesnakes, a lot of signs saying watch out for rattlesnakes, and you go inside this building, it's like their decon area or just their locker room, but it's set up as a decon area also. And they have bathrooms and empty vending machines and washroom and all kinds of shit in there. So I'm like, I have to shit so fucking bad. I tried calling the scale house, and they don't answer. Like it will not ring. I don't know what's going on. They said they were having issues with their phone lines, but I don't know. It will not fucking ring. So I go ahead and I'm like, all right, I have to shit. I'm going to shit my pants if I don't get in there. So I walk out, going across the road, and even though it's pretty cool out, it's only 75. I'm like looking for snakes and shit every time. Every time I get out of the truck, I'm like, fuck. Are there snakes anywhere? Gotta watch out for snakes. Never seen one. And I keep meaning to ask them, hey, when's the last time y'all had a snake out here? I've seen some toads and shit, but no snakes. But they have enough signs up that you would think that it's a pretty popular spot for snakes to be. Anyways, I go in there, I find the bathroom. It's a different bathroom than the one I've been using, or that I've used before. I've been in there a couple of times. But go to this bathroom, sit down, start taking a shit. I start playing videos or whatever. And then I get the phone call. She's like, hey, you're ready to come on in. I'm like, okay, give me a minute or two. I'll be in there. She's like, okay. And then so I kind of try to hurry up my shit and get up and wipe my ass. Whenever it's convenient to have a one wipe shit, you don't get the one wipe shit. I had like a 6 wipe shit, and then this is also, it's like, I'm not familiar with this toilet. Is this toilet gonna overflow? So I wipe 3 times and then flush it, and then wipe 3 more times and flush it, and then you're like, you wipe a couple more times, you're like, I don't know what's going on here. I can't close my butthole enough. There's still shit. I don't know. So you just you're like, I think I'm going to be okay. I'll take care of it later. It'll be all right. And then I get out and I walk over, get back in my truck, and there's just somebody going fucking insane on the CB radio. There's just a guy on there like singing, and it could be the same guy, but sounds like a different guy, whistling. Another guy would get on there and just start reading like a book or something. It's like, what the fuck is going on? Because I've listened to CB radio a few times there, and it's usually pretty quiet unless somebody has arrived and is giving a paperwork information. But today, for some reason, they were just going fucking. They got hacked. They got somebody's too close. Somebody's kids got a hold of a CB radio and it's just going nuts on there. I don't know. It was fucking annoying, so I turned it off. But then I get in, I get offloaded, and then there was a lot of material in there. Anyways, I'm about done talking about that. I will talk about driving. Yesterday, so I drive from Kansas City, basically, down to Alva or Winoka, and I take a couple of different paths, but it's always the same highway. Well, kind of. If I'm coming from the power plant, I take a couple of little 2-lane highways, and then I hit 35 south, and then I hit 335 that turns into 35. I don't fucking know, but it's the highways. It kind of wise off, so I could go to Topeka or I could go towards Kansas City. Um, anyways, what I'm getting at is I was cut off, swerved at, brake checked, and messed with on the highway more than I've ever been messed with on the highway yesterday. I thought somebody put a sign on the back of my truck that was making everybody fuck with me on the highway. It was insane. Usually, I'll either start a podcast or, either recording one or listening to one, and I'll drive. I got something in my ear the whole time. Sometimes I don't want to listen to any podcast. I just turn on some music, and I zone out. I don't zone out. I'm still coherent and I'm driving, but I'm like on autopilot, and uh, it's nice. But every time I started to get into an autopilot, some fucking trucker would pull up next to me, swerve at me, or cut me off, or brake check me, or something. It was fucking insane. I was like, what the fuck is going on? All these people are pissed off at me. I don't understand what the hell is going on here. So one of the worst ones was we were in the Flint Hills, and we're driving down, or I'm passing a double FedEx truck. So he's hauling double trailers, two 30-foot trailers, I think is what it is. And he's been going pretty slow the whole time, but there's been kind of traffic and a little bit of work zone. So I've been behind him. I've been pretty close to him, but I've been behind him for a while. And I've been sandbagging, the whole time. Even uphill, I'm like, well, it's not worth it to pass him. If I try to pass him right now, it's going to take me for fucking ever. And I see a fucking Jeep coming up beside me, so I'm not gonna cut off the Jeep. I'm gonna let all these people go by. I'll go a little slower for a little bit of time, and then once we get to the downhill, I'll pass him. And we're coming up this hill, and we're getting close to the top, and all the traffic that's close by has passed. So I'm like, here's my chance. I'm gonna go ahead and pass this guy in doubles. And I get around him. I pass him, but I don't pass him completely. His cab made it to probably my tires on my trailer. And we start headed downhill, and this guy, I thought these FedEx trucks were limited. I've never passed a FedEx truck that could go faster than probably 72 miles an hour. This fucking guy, we're going downhill. I'm doing 76, and this guy comes flying up next to me. He's got, I don't know, I'm like, how heavy are you? What the fuck is going on here? And then because I was working on passing him, he wouldn't let me back over, so I'm just stuck in the fast lane. And then we're coming up on a flatbed hauling pipe, and this FedEx guy gets up and he's almost past me. And he puts his blinker on, and I'm like, what the fuck? He starts coming over. He's not past me completely yet. And even if, maybe he was past me enough, but that was way too close. And I didn't let out of it at all. And this guy, he really came close to destroying 3 semi-trucks, because of, I don't know. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Because he was trying to get around me. And then I pass him. I pass the pipe truck because it was another uphill section. And I'm not super fast uphill, but I was faster than them. And this fucking FedEx guy, you could see him in my mirror. I was just watching him. He was fucking upset, dude. It was scary, man. Because I was like, holy shit, this guy's just going to fucking run right over me. He didn't. I passed him, and then he was never able to catch up to me. There weren't any, steep downhills after that point. And then there was a couple other ones. I don't remember what it was, but there was one where it's right where 335 runs into I-35. at the southern edge of Wichita, and they they have a very long on ramp. We have 2 lanes, and they have a very long on ramp. It goes for a while, and I'm coming around, and I was working on passing this little SUV because he was going a little like 2 miles an hour slower than me, but I would have to slow down on some curves, and he would take the inside, and it was I was working on passing this fucking SUV, and we're coming up on this, and I'm not slowing down. I see people coming up to the highway. They want to merge onto the highway. I'm going way faster than you. You have a very long on ramp, and we're coming around the curve, and I see a semi coming over. He just jumps over into the highway, like right as he gets onto the on ramp. He just right onto the fucking highway. I slam my brakes on, swerve off to the side. I'm loaded too. Like, this is not good. And then I lost all my momentum. It takes me a while to get my momentum back, especially it's a little bit of an uphill trek, so I can still gain speed, but not much. So I'm stuck behind this fucking guy. I got traffic coming up to the left of me. All the people that I just worked on passing are fucking coming up past me. They're coming up behind me, and I'm like, it looks like they might let me over so I can, pass this fucking guy, but I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I know you guys can accelerate way faster than me. Just go ahead. Go around. I'll fucking stick behind this fucking asshole for a little bit, but I knew once we get out on the open road, and once we got, I already started passing him before we finished going up the uphill section, and, man, oh man, I really wanted to honk at that fucking guy. Like, what the fuck? Because as we were driving, I'm looking over, and the on ramp that he could have used, I could have been way the fuck past him, and he could have stayed in the on ramp. But no, he's like, oh, my turn to get on the highway, and he just gets over in front of me. I'm like, buddy, I'm hauling hazmat. I know it's not that hazardous, but you don't know that. You don't know what the fuck any of this shit is. I'm hauling a full tanker of hazmat, and you fucking cut me off on the highway. And then I got fucking FedEx over here trying to cut me off also. He didn't fucking succeed. Fuck him. Fuck that guy. And there was a couple others. I just can't remember them right now, but I was like, somebody's got a fucking kick me paper stuck to the back of my truck. That's what I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Everybody's upset at me for no reason. I'm just trying to drive. And I am a courteous driver, but these guys were not courteous at all. They were in a rush. They needed to get past me. And there was another one. I think it was that SUV that I was working on passing. I was with them for a while. So, I'm riding. I'm catching up to them. And a lot of times I will get pretty close to the rear bumper. I mean, I'm talking like 2 car lengths, which is close, but not too close. But I'll get close up to the bumper, so if they look in their mirror, they're like, oh shit, there's a fucking semi behind me. Because most of the fucking time, somebody sees a semi coming up on them, and they're in the slow lane, they're going to speed up. So I get behind them. I'm getting pretty fucking close to them. They're not speeding up at all. So I put my blinker on. I get in the left lane. I pass them. They get to the middle of my trailer, and then they're like, oh, I'll go faster now. And then they speed up. They get, and then they're still like right next to the cab of my truck. And I'm like, well, they're going a little faster than me. Let me just slow it down a little bit, and I'll get back behind them. And I'm riding behind them, and then we come up to, we're just driving for a while. Everything's going well, and then they slow down again. And I'm doing 71 on a downhill section because this fucking guy's slowing down. Put your blinker on, get over into the fast lane. You start to pass them. And it's so annoying. It's like, What are you doing? Why are you fucking with me? Okay? You think I'm fucking with you. I promise you, I got my cruise set to the max it will fucking go. This is as fast as I can fucking go. And I get behind you, and I turn it down, and I turn it down, and I turn it down, and I'm doing 70 when I can do 5 miles an hour faster than this. And you're right in front of me. I speed it up. I get to go around you, and then you're like, I'll do 79. Okay, do 79. I get behind you. Then you're back down to 71. Back down. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? And this, it was intense, but it wasn't as intense as it's ever been because a lot of times when that's happened, I will take an exit. I will pull over. I'll take an exit. I'll pull over. I'll sit there. I'll check my phone. You know, I'll dig through my bag. I'll mix up a bottle of fucking energy drink, you know, little packets or whatever the fuck. And then I'll start going again. I'm like, they gotta be fucking far away. And the way I go home, I go through Topeka. And the one that I'm thinking about, it was a long time ago. I brought it up on the podcast, I'm sure. But I caught up to this motherfucker again. I'm like, there is no fucking way. I pulled over, stopped, made a drink, checked Facebook, got back up on the road, and I caught you in Topeka, and you're still not going to let me fucking pass. What the fuck are you doing? Anyways, this is some stuff truckers got to deal with, if you aren't aware. You know, it's an enjoyable time when you don't have fuckheads on the road. Just trying to drive, man. I don't want to be in anybody's way. I'm courteous. But when people fuck with you like that, it really grinds your motherfucking gears. You just want to bump into them so you can pull over so you can get a real good look at the face of a fucking bitch. I'm going to bump you so we can pull over and we can talk about how you've been acting on the highway. If you don't have cruise control, I understand. But, well, I understand you don't have cruise control and you can't, you know, none of my vehicles have fucking cruise control, okay? But I'm not that, if this guy's going to pass me, I'm going to let him pass me. And if I get to the chance, or not the chance, but it seems like I should pass him, I'm probably not going to pass him because I know he's got more under his hood. And once he realizes, oh, this guy is about to pass me again, he'll speed back up and then he'll be gone. At least that's what goes through my mind sometimes. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to. I know this tanker guy that I was passing sped up. He's passing me. I'm going to let him go. I'm going to slow down a little bit. And usually it ends up being fine. But, I don't know. And cars are, well, other truck drivers piss me off whenever they cut off cars. So, like, hey, listen, I'm on your side, too. I'm on everybody's side. To an extent. But I'll be in a line of trucks where I'm slowing way down because there's a bunch of fucking cars. Let all the cars pass. You know, usually get out of more of a populated area, let all the cars go past. We're all going to be spreading out a little bit because cars, they compete with each other. They like to fucking be the number one. Let them all go past, and then us semis can kind of figure out how we're going to do things. So usually, I'll give it a few minutes on an open, flat, straight road. I'll give it a few minutes, and I'm like, okay, this convoy obviously isn't going to go any faster. And usually other semis start to pass, you know, right as the end of the cars come up. But sometimes you'll have a semi driver, while there's a bunch of fucking cars passing you, I feel like it's common knowledge, let all the fucking cars that are going way faster than us just pass us and then get over whenever there's less traffic. then make your pass, because I know you can go fucking 74. He's going 72. I know you can pass him. Just wait a little bit, and then everything will work. At least that's the what I use. But some of these fucking truckers, usually in flip flops and gold chains and shit, will just they'll put their blinker on. Cars are nice enough sometimes that they'll make room. The semi will get over, and then we're all like, then now you're delaying me getting over because now there's a fucking long ass line of cars behind you. You're not going fast enough to pass this semi in a while, and now I'm behind two semis. Got a long ass line of cars and a bunch of open road. That if you would have just waited, all those cars would have been gone. You could have passed. You know, I would have probably passed you. You know, because as soon as the last car is coming by, I'm going to take that spot. I'm going to pass you. You're not going to catch me. Listen, I've been driving a while now. This specific truck, I know how fast the truck goes. This truck is going to go faster than most semis, unless you're hauling cattle or hauling grain or something. I'm going to be probably faster than you. Don't know why. I think it's just because cattle truckers, they own their own truck or their farm. They don't put limiters on their shit. They're going to fucking blaze through you. And also grain haulers, like farming. If it looks like a guy that's probably been on a farm or something, they're gonna beat you no matter what. You know, if you're limited, they're gonna beat you. Also, a lot of end dumps to pass you to. But you know, rider, brother, I'm gonna fucking fly past you. I'm gonna fly past you. You let me pass first, and you'll never see me again. But no, I'm stuck behind you. I got all these cars next to me. Everybody's starting to, you know, it only takes a few seconds for these cars to start getting irate. They start making their moves and shit. They're fucking cutting in front of me to fly up, and then cut in front of you, and then it's. And actually, I've done that before. Like the one I was bitching about earlier was the double FedEx truck. They was like, oh, I'm faster than you downhill. I'm going to speed up, and I'm going to take that gap between you and the fucking pipe hauler. I have done that before because I'll be driving. We're in the middle of fucking nowhere, driving on not in the middle of nowhere. We're on the I-35 mainly. But we're on I-35. We're driving. We're a line of trucks. Or I'm coming up on you. I'm coming up on you. And you are probably 5 truck lengths away from the truck in front of you, and you know that you're faster than that truck. You get over into the fast lane. I'm not getting over into the fast lane. I'm not going to get over into the fast lane and slow down. I'm not going to stay in the slow lane and slow down. I'm going to keep going my speed, and I'm going to take that gap because you got over way too fucking soon. That's what you wanted to have. You were like, you think you're important? So you're going to get over into the fast lane way early to pass this guy, and I'm going to fucking rip your fucking doors off on your passenger side and fly the fuck up and take that fucking spot and then pass that guy. Because you know why? If you would have gotten over at the correct time, there wouldn't have been enough room for me to get up in there and take that spot. I would have had to have gotten beside you or behind you and slow down. And that is more appropriate. It's like, okay, well, this guy actually, he waited till the last couple of seconds that he has to get over to pass this guy. He doesn't want to block the fast lane. He's being respectful, but he can only be so respectful. He's got to get over. But I look in my fucking mirrors. If I see a fuck guy hauling ass, he's in the slow lane, he's hauling ass, he's catching up to me, I'm running up to a truck that I'm slower than. As soon as I put my blinker on, the guy behind me is going to put his blinker on. He's going to slam on his brakes because I'm slow. He's going way faster than me, and I don't know. I don't know how to teach everybody this. I don't want to be in charge of teaching people this. I want to just bitch about it every time it happens. But it's just like the world could be a safer, more pleasant experience. The highways could be a way more pleasant experience if people would just use a little common goddamn sense. Faster cars are going to go faster than you. Faster trucks are going to go faster than you. You got to be patient and let them do it, because they're going to do it. Now, whenever they pass you and then they start going slower than you, I understand. And I have been that guy before. Like, I guess with that FedEx guy. All right, I'm going faster than you uphill, and just using the common knowledge that I have, I'm probably going to be faster downhill than you also. I'm going to go ahead and pass you. I had no idea this guy had a fucking limit or delete button. He could just fucking do 77 downhill and try to pass me. Like, no, you need to fucking turn on your Jake brake and slow the fuck down. I'm going to be fast. We're coming to an uphill section. Let me fucking do it. Let me go. Okay? I was patient enough with you. Now you're testing my patience. Anyways, that's a little rant on truck driving. Yes, a little bit. So yeah, I put out an episode yesterday. I actually currently at this point in time right now at 11:33 on Friday. I haven't put it out yet, but I'm about to put it out. I did an interview with my bro-law, and it went well. It went well. So I called him up. I was like, hey, man, you got a little time to chat? And he's like, sure. I was like, let me figure out how to fucking record a phone call. And we sat and we talked a little bit. I think it was a good little short interview. It's a short episode, so that's why I'm going to put out 2 of them on Friday. Or that's why I did put 2 of them out on Friday. I'm actually about to do it right now. But that was a good time. And it really makes me want to start calling other people and trying to do little podcasts with them. So I've been thinking about doing one with my buddy Tyler, since he's got a bum leg, broken knees, and he's just bedridden, starting to stink, getting bed sores. I want to talk to him. I don't know. We're gonna have to talk about the past, because the present, I don't know. There ain't much going on. I'm trying to talk to him about stuff, but it's like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm in bed. I'm like, okay. What have you been doing? Nothing. Oh. Cool. And then I feel like I don't want to talk about cool shit that I've been doing, because it's like, poor guy, he can't do any of the cool shit he wants to do. Why? He doesn't want to hear about the cool shit I've been doing. And I don't know if the shit that I've been doing is all that cool to anybody but me, and I guess the audience that listens. The people that still listen, still listening. But I've also kind of gained I'm a little bit more happy with what I got, with the podcast. I think this is good shit, because every time I try to, I'm like, oh, I want to listen back to this little part of this one episode, and I end up listening to the whole fucking thing, and I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm listening to my own podcast, but I'm like, hey, sometimes it's more enjoyable to listen to myself than some of this other shit fucking people put out. So I don't know. I think I got a good thing going here. I think I need to realize that this is a good podcast, and maybe I should share it around. Part of me not wanting to share it is I don't know. I would say backlash, but it's like I can ignore any and all comments. I can ignore them all. So it's like, I'll just put it out there, see what people think, maybe gain some more followers, and then if they don't like it, they can go fuck themselves in the asshole. And I'll tell you how to do that. So this is what, usually in a hotel room, just because you're going to be by yourself, you're going to have a lot of room to move around. 2 beds is also kind of convenient, because you can, sometimes the beds are like mounted to the ground, but you can actually kind of scoot at least the mattresses closer together, so you don't have to spread your legs as far. But you stand on the bed. You got to have a 2-bed room. You can have a 1-bedroom, but that office chair that rolls around a little bit is a little unstable under your right foot. So usually two stationary objects. I guess you could do it in the bathroom, like you'd say on the edge of the tub and the toilet seat. But you got to get your dick a little bit going. You got to get just rub it a little bit. Rub it on the countertop. Stand next to the sink and just that cold marble. Just set your penis right on that cold marble. You would think that cold would actually make it go a little smaller, but since you're fucking with it and you're looking at yourself, your beautiful self in the mirror, and you got your penis out, or you could even if you're tall enough, you could set your balls up on the countertop. And you just kind of set it there. You want to get a little bit of a chub going. You don't want to get too much of a chub, but a little bit of a chub. And then you stand. You got to straddle something. I don't know why you can't just do this standing on the flat ground, but it just seems more enjoyable to have one foot on the toilet lid and one on the edge of the tub, or have the 2 beds kind of pushed together a little bit so it's a little close, and you can grab that semi-hard penis and twist it around backwards and just tap the butthole a little bit with it. Just tap, tap, tappity. Your balls, you're going to have to push your balls off to the side. Usually you like to put one ball on each side of your penis. Putting both balls to one side of the penis kind of stresses out one ball, unless you have saggy balls. And sometimes I have saggy balls. Sometimes I have pretty tight nuts. I don't understand what's going on there. But anyways, you just tap it on your butthole, and you got to... Having to take a shit also at the same time is kind of convenient, because you can take a shit and that'll actually stretch out your butthole a little bit, make it a little bit easier for entry. And you can fuck yourself in the ass if you don't like my podcast. They do have hand lotion right there at the Holiday Inn. It's right there in the bathroom. You can grab a little bit of that and put a little bit of that on the head of your penis. Also, I like to use my middle finger. Not sure why. Put a little bit of lotion on your middle finger. Clip your fingernails before you go in there, and kind of sand them down a little bit so there's no sharp edges, and just waller out your asshole a little bit, and shove that semi-hard penis right in your fucking asshole if you don't like my podcast. Another thing you could do is I don't know, lick your fucking finger, middle finger in my case. Fuck yourself if you don't like my podcast. That's where I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at. And I like to talk to people, and I'm actually a really nice guy, and I don't think I'd ever say, go fuck yourself, to somebody's face. But whenever I'm just sitting in my truck all by myself on an endless Oklahoma highway in the middle of nowhere, it really kind of feels nice to just be able to say, go fuck yourself, to anybody that doesn't enjoy what I'm doing. I mean, you don't have to enjoy it, but, don't be coming at me in the comments, okay? I'm not going to look at them. I will look at them. And they might make me cry. They might make me, kind of limit myself on the next time I record. If you type something that's real mean, and I look in there and I'm like, oh, God, you got me. All right, maybe I shouldn't have put that podcast out. Maybe I'll delete that podcast. Maybe I'll just have one podcast missing from the whole mix. Because this one fucking idiot wanted to fucking comment on my shit and tell me I'm not a smart man. I already know it! Alright, anyways, adios. Keep all 18 down. Bye-bye.